Ladies and gentlemen, honorable members of parliament, good morning. My name is Markus Schwarz. I lead the education branch of SAP. SAP is the probably last remaining big player in the software industry in Europe. We train every year about 300,000 partners and customers in SAP skills. It's about 500 million business. But it's also a very strategic business for us because SAP is a growth company. We want to grow. And the availability of IT skill sets, of SAP relevant skill sets, but not only SAP relevant skill sets, it can be, or the lack of availability can be an inhibitor of growth for our company. So it's a very, very important strategic topic. Now, there are two facts which I believe cannot be really disputed. One is there is a shortage of IT skills in Europe, right? Nobody would dispute that, and there are numbers floating around 700,000 missing by 2015. I think the order of magnitude is right. The second fact, which cannot be disputed, is that IT skill sets are more immune to recessions and to economic downturns. And we experienced that also during the most recent recession. So, and the third fact is that Europe needs to play catch-up in the IT sector and in terms of competitiveness. And that's true for both the providers but also the customers. Now, there are two fundamental ways to address that situation, and my dear colleague from Oracle will focus more probably on the increase of the supply of the pool of labor in Europe. That's also a very important topic for us. It's all about removing regulations that prevent mobility within the EU, but it's also to attract talent from outside of the EU and also to retain the talent that's getting degrees in EU universities. I'd like to focus on the second thread, which is all about the reconfiguration of skills of people that are already available in the market. And there are two important intersections in people's careers. One is when people are about to graduate from university or have just graduated from university. They might not have been taken an IT curriculum. There, I think there's a good opportunity to also inject IT skills into this body of knowledge. So one example are the university programs that the different providers run. For example, SAP runs a University Alliance program which provides software training material and also technical assistance to about 600 schools and universities in Europe. That's one example. The second intersection in people's life is a little bit more later, at the midpoint of careers. And there are some really good examples how good initiatives can enrich skill sets, can inject IT skill sets in the body of knowledge of people in the midpoint of the career. Now, I'm leading a global organization, and I see in many geographies very good initiatives that I believe can be not a role model but could inspire us also for initiatives in the EU. I would like to mention three in particular, and one was in Germany. For example, after the last recession in 2011, we trained about 800 consultants, unemployed people in SAP skills, and about 12,000 people in end-user skills. And there has been a placement success rate of about 70% after the finishing this program. So that's one program which we run together with the Bundesagentur für Arbeit in Germany. The second batch of programs I'd like to mention are from Latin America. Latin America also has a similar problem, and it's also much faster growing economies. And there I would like to mention two programs. One is called Esperanza, and the second one is Mexico First. And these programs are all about government joining up with user associations, with IT providers, to provide specific programs, and these programs are not year-long university curricula, right? We are talking here about half a year e-learning combined or blended with classroom attendance to really get people on the job. And the success rates have been really tremendous in these geographies. And one current program that we are running is in the US. It's a program that's called SAP, or Veterans to Work program. It's specifically targeted at the veterans who want to have an entry into civil life. It's also a midpoint of a career. And here also we are teaming up with government for a specific target audience to provide a curricula. In that case, it's database and technology to these people. And the first I would say observations is that this program will be very, very successful. And we are actually, the key KPI we are looking at are the placement rates. Now, all of these programs I've mentioned have a few common traits. One is they have a really dedicated target audience. It's really important. Second, they are happening on a local level. Right? Because only there you can define the target audience and also the specific body of knowledge that's needed in a particular market. It's very hard probably to do that on a pan-European level. It is government and industry funded, government-driven and industry funded, and it is also, I mentioned that, specific dedicated content. I believe that this is really taxpayers' money well spent, because it increases the competitiveness of a particular country or Europe. It takes people off unemployment. It creates jobs that are more immune to recessions. And with that, I would like to close with encouraging everybody here to look at these type of initiatives. I want to issue an open invitation. If you want to know more about those programs, we can learn a lot. There are also programs like this going on in Singapore, actually all over the world. It's really, really amazing how many people can be gotten off unemployment into jobs. Thank you very much.